Good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Balancing Act. We're so glad you're here. I'm Julie Moran.
I'm Olga Villaverde.
All right, we have a full plate today, learning more about GMOs from a female farmer who knows how important feeding the family can be.
Plus, it doesn't stop there.
No.
Tips on tablet technology, and I love this, a visit with an international firearms target shooting champion. This woman really knows how to shoot, as we discuss recreational and self-defense strategies.
And The Balancing Act starts right now.
This just in, whoever told us we could do it all was dead wrong. Shocking, right? Well, turns out we're finally admitting it's nearly impossible to be a full-time wife, mom, career woman, and Jackie of all trades all at the same time. Something's got to give. And more often than not, it's your dream of becoming an entrepreneur that goes by the wayside. That is until ahora, until right now. Leah Anathan, Chief Marketing Officer of PrestaShop, and Mommy-Preneur, I love that, Abby Kellett are here to explain. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. This sounds exciting because I know a lot of moms out there that say, gosh, I want to work, but they feel like they can't because they want to stay with the children. So let me start with you. Tell me about PrestaShop.
Well, it turns out the #1 challenge for people who have a dream and they want to start their own store is the startup costs. Even in the world of e-commerce, just until recently, if you had an idea, you were an entrepreneur and you wanted to sell some great products online, if you wanted to start that store, you might have to make a huge investment in the technology. And not only that, the technology company might ask for a percentage of your revenues.
Wow.
So what PrestaShop has done is we've done something really different. We've made all the technology that you need to start a store available completely for free.
Free?
Yes.
Okay, so how is that possible?
It's possible because what we've done is we've got a community approach to our development. So we make the product and the code available to a community of users. We have now 750,000 users around the world who are working with the software. And these people they're entrepreneurs, they're developers, and they help us, they help our development teams to enhance the code and customize it and make it really usable for people who want to start an online business. And through this model, we've really democratized the technology, which helps people like Abby and thousands of other people who have a great idea and they want to just start their store, and it helps to lower that cost of entry for them.
All right, so now I have to bring you in, Abby. You are a successful PrestaShop business owner. You're a mommy, so tell me your story.
When I was pregnant with my first daughter, I was working full-time as an editor at an interior design magazine. I knew that with the baby coming, I needed a bit of a career change. I wanted to be able to manage my time myself. But also I didn't want to lose everything I'd done before, my experience and my love of interior design.
So not only were you able to be a mom, you have a very successful online interior design e-commerce site called Gretel Home. So tell me how PrestaShop helped you launch this.
When I was looking to open my store, I decided that as a new mother, online was going to be definitely the best location for me. It was my graphic designer who suggested PrestaShop. When I saw that it was affordable, I was very, very excited. And then also when I saw how easy it was to use, I started looking at the back office, and that's the place that you control the whole store from, as opposed to the front office, which is what everybody who comes to your store looks at. I saw that I was going to be able to add all the products myself, update them when I needed to, change quantities, change prices, descriptions. I can also look at statistics of how many people come to my store every day.
And still have the flexibility, right?
Right, and so that was the really, really important thing, to just be able to spend the time with my family. And now my daughter's in first grade and she has a lot of homework. And I just don't have to be in a store until 11 o'clock at night. I work, but it's flexible.
Yeah.
So it's been great. It's been really good.
Now, Leah, there are other success stories as well, right? Not just Abby's.
There are. Since the company was founded in 2007, we actually have over 200,000 e-commerce businesses like Gretel Home. And all those businesses combined have processed at this point over $15 billion in online transactions. And while it's an impressive number and we're really proud of all of these businesses, it's not really for us about becoming the next Amazon.com. It's about creating the next Abby, which is there's a small business out there. There's a lot of moms out there who are thinking, I've got a great idea. I know that I can do it. I just have to get started. And that's the purpose, is to make the technology available and affordable for everyone who wants to be their own entrepreneur.
For information for our viewers, where do they go, Leah?
To PressToShop.com.
PressToShop.com. Thank you so much. Abby, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And God bless your first grader, right? What's her name?
Beatrice. And Josephine, who's 2.
All right, and in case you didn't know, April is Financial Literacy Month, so it's the perfect time to start your own online business, right? So now you can head to our website, also thebalancingact.com, to find out how to get started with your Press to Shop store. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
They're referred to as GMOs, or genetically modified organisms. And with so much public discussion of GMOs and GMO labeling, we started wondering, what really are GMOs and what do they mean for American women? To find out, we turned to our friends at Common Ground, an organization bringing together the women who grow food with those who buy it. And bringing that conversation right to the breakfast table and beyond this morning is Julie Kinney, an Iowa farmer as well as a volunteer for Common Ground. So great to have you in the studio.
Thanks for having me.
All right, before we start, tell me a little bit more about yourself and Common Ground.
I'm a 5th-generation farmer along with my husband. We farm in Iowa, and we have primarily corn and soybeans, and also we're raising 2 little kids. So at any time on the farm, you might find them helping us plant corn and soybeans, or nurturing those crops throughout the growing season, or riding in the combine at the end of the year. So it's a very fun family farm.
And Common Ground, you volunteer for them.
I do, yeah. It's a great opportunity. You know, I recognize as a mom that I'm fortunate to have access to a farm and see how food is grown today, but not everybody has that access. So I think it's important to help describe what's going on and answer questions that consumers might have. So that's really the goal and the mission of that organization.
Julie, we hear so much about GMOs, and a lot of people really don't know what they are. Could you just explain it in kind of layman's term for me and our viewers?
Sure. So farmers and gardeners have been improving seeds and plants for centuries, and genetic modification, or GMOs, is really kind of the modern version of that, where we take that process of improving the seeds into the lab, and what it results in is really a more accurate and precise way of improving those plants. So some of the benefits that we've seen today is, you know, protection against insects or diseases, or some of the common challenges that we might have on our farm. But I'm really excited about some of the benefits to come, like improved nutrition of the food that we produce, those kind of things. Really exciting times.
Let's examine in greater detail some of the myths surrounding GMOs, the short list: food allergies, ADD, cancer. What is the research showing?
You know, most people don't realize that these products have been on the market for about 2 decades.
Really?
And before they even come to the market, they're really, really thoroughly tested and researched. And, you know, as a mom who's not only growing these products, but also feeding them to my children, it's really important to me to know that they are the most thoroughly researched foods on the market today, and have proven to be just as safe as all the other products available to us.
Now, both organic foods and GMO foods use pesticides and insecticides. And what's most important when it comes to safety? And also, I think some people sometimes think organic doesn't use any pesticides.
Yeah, it's also a common misconception. So both organic farmers and conventional farmers like ourselves have access to insecticides and pesticides. And it's just one of the tools that we use to help protect those plants. But as farmers, you know, we're always looking to continuous improvement. So how can we grow as much as possible, be as productive as possible, but also use those resources in a really responsible manner? And the GMO technology has allowed us to do that.
But what's the most important thing that you want to share with women out there, and maybe specifically moms out there?
Yeah, I think there are a ton of questions about food and farming, and as a farmer, I think that's really exciting. I invite those questions, and that's really the main reason that I volunteer my time with Common Ground. I think it's a great opportunity for not just myself, but other farm women from across the country to share what's going on farms today and help answer some of those burning questions. And we've got a great website.
Okay, that's the viewers I want to know. Where can they find you?
Find our Common farmandground.com, and it's a great opportunity to connect with farmers like myself and maybe ask some of those burning questions we haven't talked about today.
Well, I just want to thank you and all the farmers and ranchers out there that just provide us with, and America has the safest, tastiest, healthiest food in the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you'd like additional information on GMOs, you're invited for some nutritious nuggets at thebalancingAct.com, or send us your fresh food ideas, share your thoughts or questions on Facebook/The Balancing Act Fans.
It's one of the fastest growing groups in the shooting sports. We're talking about adult women actively engaged in defense and recreational shooting. It's true. In fact, 37% of all people taking up the fast growing sport are, you got it, women. Joining us today, one of the sport elite female champions, Athena Lee, who's been hitting the bullseye since a young girl growing up in the Philippines. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about you for a few seconds. You've been shooting since you were 12, you told me. Tell me about how this passion started, because that's young.
Yep. It started when I was 12, back in the Philippines. I went with my dad to the range. He was practicing with his friends for a tournament, and after a while, I got bored. So he figured, hey, let's have her try some.
And you really liked it.
And I enjoyed it, and I haven't stopped shooting since.
And, well, you haven't stopped shooting since, and you're like a champion now. Tell me about some of the accolades you've received.
I've won a couple world championships in IPSC shooting, it's action shooting, and a couple national titles as well.
Don't mess with Athena. So let me ask you this question, Athena, because you're around this a lot. I kind of read about it a lot, but you've seen it. Women now in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, maybe even 70s for that matter. You know, there's an explosion here that's happening. What is it? Why?
Well, I think the main reason is, well, actually, the National Shooting Sports Foundation published a study that says the biggest reason why women are going to handguns or purchasing them, owning them, is for defense purposes.
Bingo. And that is the reason I got a permit way back when. I wanted to protect myself. I was living on my own. I moved out of South Florida. And that was my priority, self-defense. But I'm not going to lie to you. I was hesitant. I was scared. And I know you're not. But don't you hear that from women? I would say maybe 9 out of 10. They're scared. They're hesitant. What do you tell them?
When my students come up to me, most of them have never touched a gun in their lives.
There you go.
But once you show them that it's just a tool, it's like a golf club or a tennis racket, and just go down the mechanics and everything. And once you educate them, the
fear goes away.
Fear goes away, big smiles on their faces. I'm gonna go buy me a gun.
Oh, speaking of guns, let's talk about this one right here. Tell me what you got.
What we have here is our new product, the Baby Rock 380.
Baby Rock 380.
Yes, it is a 1911 that is shrunk to like 75% of the original size.
Okay.
So you can see it's thin, and you can fit it into your purse really
Good handle
easy.
there.
Good handling, and
why do
all
you
that good
like
stuff.
this one as opposed to other ones for maybe someone like me who's looking into getting one?
It's a great go-to gun because it's small, compact. You can fit it easily in whatever size purse you have. It's reasonably priced, and it's easy to handle, and it's a fun little gun to shoot.
And let's talk about the safety behind handguns too. You always have to remember what to look out for and doing your homework.
Definitely. Do your research, especially if you do get your concealed carry permit. You know, they do have classes for that. And also, you know, when you actually go and carry, make sure you use common sense when stowing it in your purse. It's just being proficient with it, just getting it, doing repetitions over and over again. Not only does it make you a good shooter, but also it ingrains all the rules of safety within your head.
And something that my producer and I were talking about, and I do think it's a good point to share with our lady viewers out there, and men for that matter. You may not want to become a professional shooter or do recreational shooting, but it might not be bad to learn how to use a gun.
Exactly. It's like swimming. You don't swim every day, but knowing how to handle a firearm and knowing how to clear it for safety reasons and stuff, because you don't know. One day you might be in a situation where there's a gun involved and you just want to make sure it's safe, it's clear, nobody touches it, that kind of thing.
Great advice. I must say I like the way this handles. I might look into the Baby Rock 380.
Yes, it's coming out in April of 2015.
Early spring. Okay.
Early spring.
And for maybe other handguns that you may have, what's the website?
It's armscore.com. It's score without the E.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank
maybe
you.
I'll join you at the shooting range one day.
For sure.
I'm not going to impress you that much, but you'll see what I can do. Thank you, Athena. And if you'd like to learn more about the exciting world of competitive shooting for women, and I will say I'm much better than my husband, you can visit our website, thebalancingAct.com, or if you'd like to share some of your thoughts, as always, always, you are invited to get a little social with us. Log on to Facebook.com/The Balancing Act Fans.
Time again for today's tech tip. These days, kids are wizards when it comes to technology. Today, our tablet and smartphone expert, Elizabeth Little of Arulu Technologies, is back again to show how affordable tech for tots can be. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh, baby, this looks expensive.
You'd be surprised. This little tablet sells for only $60.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. You know, tell me about the baby pad. I mean, it really looks different than other tablets.
It is different from other tablets, Julie. Everything about it was designed specifically for kids. It has soft rails and rubberized corners to prevent scratched furniture as well as injuries, and it's built to be ultra durable to withstand drops.
I love it. All right, how about baby pad software? What makes it so special for kids?
Well, the interface is really colorful and captivating, and it includes activities that kids love, such as painting and photo editing.
Well, now, how can you guys at Arulu keep things so inexpensive? I've got to know.
Well, we do it by selling 100% online through irulu.com as well as other retailers, and we pass along that cost savings to our consumers.
And what about, I think you've got a special offer today for Balancing Act viewers?
We do. We have 20% off on irulu.com plus free shipping for Balancing Act viewers.
Thank you so much for the deal for our viewers. We love that.
Of course.
And if you'd like to discover more about the baby pad, visit us at thebalancingact.com or socialize. Log on to Facebook.com/The Balancing Act Fans.
Portions of today's program are brought to you by Irulu, makers of quality tablets and smartphones that fit the family budget. Irulu, today's hottest technology without the high price.
You know, I think we should go target shooting.
Oh, you know what? I'm from Georgia, born in Georgia. I can shoot.
Well, girlfriend, I'm going to watch. Remember, we have lots more on our website. I might duck, too. TheBalancingAct.com.
We're also on Twitter and Facebook. Post something, tweet us. Let's get social.
She's hot. Until the next time, remember, find your balance.
So long, everybody.